Alright, y'all, we back with another video. So today we are going to be showcasing one of the newest characters on Jujutsu Kaisen Phantom Parade, the global side, right? On JP, we've already had her for quite some time. This character that we're going to be showcasing is going to be Green Nobara. Now, Green Nobara is quite unique and interesting. She basically has the potential to hit the highest damage numbers in the game, but it requires not only a lot of the premium support SSRs, but also a decent amount of setup, which takes a lot of time, and it's inefficient in difficult content. So unlike the other Nobaras, she doesn't apply any nail stacks and has no gimmick revolving around stacking nails. So let's start off with her auto skills. This is going to be her whole gameplay style revolving around her passive skill. Her other skills are really not worth talking about. It's literally just her auto skill and her special. Like you're usually going to be spamming skill 1 since it applies small physical damage increase debuff to 5% to the enemy for 5 turns. So that's going to be able to be stackable, and then those are going to be 5 of your debuffs that you're going to have for your passive skill. So literally nothing special, but the debuff duration is quite long, which kind of helps for her passive skill. Now her skill 2 does apply a 2-turn debuff, which increases the enemy's curse technique damage by 16.5%. Nothing special, but you basically use this like the turn before ulting for like an additional bonus in damage. Now her skill 3, you'll probably never use, but it does apply a self buff of 20% for 2 turns, but it doesn't really synergize that well with her passive skill. And her passive skill, which, you know, her auto skill, is the main thing they're going to be focusing on to be able to do as much damage as possible, which is the debuffs. And since her skill 3 is more of a self buff rather than the debuff, it's really not that efficient. So basically, in general, she kind of relies too much on her team because she needs too many high profile SSRs to shine. You know, characters, for example, like Green Ghetto, you know, Green Megami, who's not out yet, Domain Megami, Gakuganji, SSR Yaga, you know, a lot of those high-end, you know, debuffing characters to allow her to do as much damage as possible. Quite difficult, especially for free-to-play players. This is why I say a character like this should be skipped for most people. And even if you do have them, why would you invest resources into her when you have characters like, you know, Hollow Purple Gojo, who hits hard without any investment at all, very flexible, takes like no damage. Or you could even use, you know, invest into another character who's going to be coming very soon, which Green Megami is. He's basically going to be dishing out a lot of damage passively just because of his follow-up attacks, and on top of that, the attacks that he's going to be doing normally while also debuffing, while also doing a lot of damage with his ult. It just doesn't seem very efficient or a very wise decision to actually go for this character. So yeah, anyways, regardless of all that, basically her optimal rotation is you're going to skill 1 3 times, and then you're going to skill 2, and then that's going to be 4 turns, obviously on your durations already for your skill 1, with the, of course, your skill 2 also applying this debuff, which is going to help you do more damage, and then you'll be going into your ult to do your maximum amount of damage. But yeah, anyways, that's basically going to be it. Let's actually go into the team. So this is the team that we do have set up now. Maybe I might change it, but I think this is probably going to be the best team that we can use currently as of now on global. You're going to have Domain Megami, who's going to help you, obviously, when you're doing nuking showcases. He's also a phenomenal debuffer in the game. We do have SSR Yaga, probably one of the best debuffers in the entire game, while also having survivability. Then we have Green Ghetto, who's going to be a debuffer while also helping green characters. So he's probably going to be your best synergy with Nobara, just because he's going to debuff to help your green characters do more damage. And then obviously the fact that he can debuff also helps your Nobara with her passive skill, which will allow her to do even more damage. Anyways, that's basically going to be the team setup. Let me just show you the skill levels real quick. Just to kind of give you like more of the free-to-play kind of outlook if you don't have the chaos crystals to kind of get your character to 10. So this kind of, just keep in mind, the character will be hitting a little bit less damage than they would if you did invest into them fully. Although this character should not be invested to 10. I'm not going to lie to you. Anyways, without further ado, that's going to be team. Let's actually get into the showcase. All right, so we're here on floor 37. This is probably going to be the best place to kind of showcase any kind of green character that comes out in the future, just because this mob isn't really too difficult and anything crazy. So we're going to use the memory straight away, get that curse, get that ult charging, and then we're going to use the skill 3 to waste as much curse energy as possible in our Megami. Here we're just going to be stalling with Yaga. We could be using skills, but I don't think we necessarily want to or care to. So we'll just attack normally here. And then Green Ghetto is going to be the same. We're not going to start debuffing just yet. We're going to start debuffing a little bit later on, you know, because obviously his skill 2 does debuff, so that's going to help us increase the amount of damage that Nobara does. But we want to wait until we ult with our Megami, so that way we can use this skill 2 you know, 3 times in between and then ult on the final turn alongside Nobara so we could get that combo damage. We're going to skill 1 here, and then it doesn't matter what Nobara does. It literally does not matter. Okay, so she's already dying. Drained our curse energy off of our Megami. That's probably the best case scenario for us. Okay, so far so good. Skill 2, skill 1, skill 1, skill 1. Okay, not bad, not bad. All right, bet. All right, so here now we're gonna ult with our Megami. This lasts for how many turns? 3 turns, right? 3 turns, so we don't necessarily need to use it now. We can just use it, of course, on... How long is this one? We're about to get this one as well, right? So I guess I could ult, maybe, in between. That would be nice. But we'll use skill 3 for the time being, because we do have enough curse energy to do it for 4 turns anyways. So we'll do that. Now we're going to start debuffing with our Green Ghetto using his skill 2. And we're going to start using skill 1 with our Nobara, right? We're going to use our skill 1 until the second to last turn of the Shadow Garden, which then we'll use skill 2 on that turn, and then obviously the following turn her ult. If we could get a stun, that would be good. Okay, we got the stun, nice. Oh, we got darkness as well. Okay, so we're debuffing him tremendously. We're going to skill 1 here, that's going to be another debuff. We're going to skill 3 again, that's going to be another debuff. A skill 2, that's going to be a debuff. And a skill 1. And then obviously this is the first turn of Shadow Garden. Okay, we got darkness again, that's good. Alright, not bad. So this is the second turn of Shadow Garden, so we're going to skill 1 here with Megami. Then we're going to use Combo's Archery Lesson. And I think here we ult. I don't... Or do we skill 2 and then we ult next turn? I just don't want to ult, and then obviously he'll be paired up with Green Ghetto, and then they end up killing the boss before I even get to use the ult of Nobara. Then that would be a problem. You know what? I think we'll just ignore his ult entirely. We'll just use straight skill 3. Fuck it. We don't want to take the risk. Then we'll skill 2 here. And then this is where we're going to use skill 2, because obviously we could use skill 1 and then get another debuff, but I feel like we could get a bigger debuff here with the skill 2, since it only lasts for 2 turns. You obviously want to do it 1 turn before you ult, so we're going to skill 2 here, and then the following turn we're going to ult. If we could break it, that would be good too. Okay, we broke as well. That's perfect for us. Then we're going to skill 1. We're going to skill 3 again with our Yaga. And then we're going to ult, right? Now, of course, we could go for another skill 2 here and increase the overall debuffs that our Nobara is going to get. But I think we should be fine. Let's see how many debuffs the enemy has active currently. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. I think we have more than enough debuffs, all right? So we'll be doing that, and we'll be doing this, and we'll see how much damage our Nobara does. Now, we're not going to be doing a normal team showcase, because I'm not going to lie. The only times you're using this character is when you're trying to nuke, literally. So let's see how much damage we do here. All right. See how much damage. Alright, so Green Ghetto. 9.7 mil. Easy for him. And what did she do? She did like 5 point something mil with another 8 mil on top of it. Big damage. So we could just say that she did roughly about 13 million damage alone. As you can see, she does a lot of damage, but it requires a lot of setup and a lot of investment. And keep in mind, my Green Ghetto, who's 5 dupe, also has max skill level on his ult. Meanwhile, my Nobara only has level 7, so at level 10 she can definitely get a lot more. But honestly, in my opinion, I don't feel like she's really worth it, because again, you need a lot of setup just to do that crazy amount of damage, when you can just use Hollow Purple Gojo, and requires almost no setup. He's simpler to do. You don't need to do anything crazy. Just use skill 2 one turn before you attack, and then that's it. You just attack. But either way, still impressed with her damage. It's not bad at all. It's really good. It's just, I feel like she's more of an alternative, and she's the budget alternative if you're like scrounging around and you don't have anything. But then also requires good shit to even make her functional. So it's like she's in a very iffy situation. So I do hope in the future, when they do bring more buffs, she's one of them, and they kind of make her less wonky, make her need less debuffs, I guess you could say, like, or make it so that she applies multiple debuffs on her skill 1, so that way she's able to kind of reach those higher numbers more consistently. But yeah, anyways, that's going to be the Green Nobara showcase. I appreciate y'all boys for watching. Again, skip this character. Green Megami is a lot better. Honestly, if you wanted to actually pull for a green character, Green Megami is just, he's that guy. Obviously, we're going to be getting a lot of the anniversary characters soon too, so you might want to be a little bit frugal with how much you're using your currencies as well at this current point in time, considering we're literally 1 month away from anniversary. Anyways, I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.